Hi and welcome to another story, and today we have part 12 of Cookie by Jacqueline Wilson, continuing from chapter 17. "I think we'd better get you into school here, Beauty," said Mum, as we had a cup of tea together after serving breakfast. I stared at Mum, appalled. "I don't want to go to school," I said. "I can't. I've got to do my share of the guest house work, and then I paint with Mike. I'm working, Mum." "Don't be such a noodle. You know you've got to go to school." "Yes, someday, but not now. It'll be the summer holidays soon anyway. I can start school in September if I must." "You'll start now. I want to do everything properly. What if your dad starts suing for custody of you, and it turns out in court I didn't send you to school? I don't want to be declared an unfit mother. No, you're going, sweetheart, and that's final. We'll ask Mike where the Rabbit Cove Primary School is." "That's simple," said Mike, coming in to load the dishwasher. "There isn't one. It closed down 5 years ago because the numbers were dwindling." "Hooray," I said. "Then I can't go, Mum, can I?" "Yes, you can. You'll have to go to the nearest school, that's all," said Mum determinedly. It turned out the nearest primary school was in Sea Haven, a good 6 miles away. "Then I can't go," I said. "Yes, you can. You have to," said Mum. "It's the law." "But how on earth could I get there?" "I'll have to drive you." "You can't, not if you're serving breakfasts." "Well, maybe there's a bus, although I don't want you going on a bus on your own." "Oh, God, how can I be in 2 places at once?" said Mum. "Don't worry, Dilly," said Mike. "There are kids at number 2 and number 17. They go on the bus. Beauty can go with them." "It's not fair," I raged. "I won't go. You can't make me, Mum." "Stop it, Beauty. You're doing my head in," said Mum. "Here, Beauty, leave your mum in peace," said Mike. "Come shopping with me. I need to stock up on heaps of flour and sugar and stuff. Your mum's cookies are getting incredibly popular. Mrs. Brooke next door has got a wind of them and wants to buy a batch to offer her guests, if you please." Mike kept nattering on as we walked up the hill to the little supermarket. He kept asking for advice as we went round all the shelves, getting me stretching and bending and balancing and adding up in my head. He didn't mention the dreaded S word until we were trailing home with huge carrier bags in both hands. "Now then," he puffed, "about school. You think I've calmed down now and I'll be reasonable, but I'm still—" I tried to think of the right word. "Adamant," I finished triumphantly. "Does it not occur to you that a girl intelligent enough to use a posh word like adamant might be in need of a good school? There's no such thing as a good school. I think they're all bad, bad, bad." "You didn't like your last school?" "It was awful, the worst ever. I was ever so posh. It was ever so posh, and I'm not." "But you must do okay at most lessons." "That's partly the problem. If you come top, that's another reason for everyone to tease you and call you brainbox and clever clogs and snotty watty," I said gloomily. "I did try to act thick when I first went to Lady Mary Mountbank, but the teacher got cross with me and said I wasn't trying. She got really upset and hated that, and so I worked hard and she was pleased. So then I got called a teacher's pet too." "Well, they could call you worse things." "Oh, they did. They did. There was once this girl called Sky. She was ever so pretty and popular, but the meanest girl ever, and she invented a new nasty nickname for me nearly every day. It was just like a game to her. The worst nickname of all was—" I swallowed, still scarcely able to say it. "Ugly," I mumbled, my eyes stinging. "What was that?" Mike said apologetically. I didn't quite catch it." "Ugly," I said, shivering with the shame of it. "Oh dear," said Mike, but he didn't sound shocked. "That's not very nice. It's a silly take on my name, Beauty." Sky laughed and laughed at it because I'm the exact opposite of my name. "I am ugly," I said. "Oh dear," said Mike, more sympathetically. "You're not the slightest bit ugly, Beauty. You're not a pretty, curly-whirly sort of girl, I grant you. But I think you look bright and intelligent and interesting. However, I'm not going to waste my breath trying to convince you, because I know what you women are like, and this poisonous Sky seems to have done her best to demoralise you. What about the school? Before the last one. Was that posh too?" "It wasn't posh, it was quite tough. But they didn't like me either. They all had a belly laugh at my name too." "And you're worried that's what will happen at Sea Haven?" "Yep, unless I can make them call me something else, like Cookie." "Cookie's a cool nickname. But I'd stick with Beauty. It's great to have a distinctive, unusual name." "Oh, Mike, I do like you ever so much, and I don't mean to be rude, but you talk rubbish sometimes. How would you like to be called Handsome?" "I'd love it," said Mike, chuckling. "And why would that be funny? Miss, I am handsome." He struck a silly pose as if he was being photographed. Big belly, much to the fore. I couldn't help laughing as he intended, though I was still feeling very fussed. "I'm sure you'll like it there once you've settled in," said Mike. "That's what my dad said about my last school. I didn't ever settle. Perhaps it's time to think positive, Beauty. I'm sure it's a great little school. Did your children go to this school, Mike?" No, they were both grown up when I moved here," said Mike. "So how do you know it's a great school?" "Sometimes you just have to take things on trust," said Mike. "You and your mum didn't know anything about Rabbit Cove, right? But you knew you'd like it here." I lightened up at last. Okay, you've got me now, I said, laughing. I didn't feel like laughing next Monday morning. Mum had phoned Seahaven Primary, and they said they'd squeeze me in somehow. Mum asked about uniform, and they said they didn't have one, just a sweatshirt. Mum and I had a long discussion about what I should wear. I had very few clothes now, so I didn't have much choice. I obviously wasn't going to wear the great grey party dress and pinafore and my grey heel boots. That outfit was far too grand for school. I wanted to wear my jeans and a t-shirt, but Mum said that might look too scruffy. I was left with my denim skirt and the blue stripy top that went with it. I can't wear it every single day though, Mum, I said. I know, we'll maybe go shopping in Seahaven next week and buy you another couple of outfits. I've been saving my wages, said Mum. She ruffled my hair. And we'll have to get you to a hairdresser. You're starting to look like a Shetland pony. Mum, can I have it all cut off? What? You want a crew cut? Are you mad? Said Mum. No, I'd like it just ordinary short, so I don't have to bother with stupid bows and slides and stuff. They always fall off anyway. Oh, please, Mum. But your dad won't let you. Mum stopped herself. We're not with Dad. We're just us. And you don't really mind if I get my hair cut, do you? All right, if that's what you want. Whoopee! Well, will you do it for me? I'll go and find some scissors. No, we'll get it cut properly. There's a hairdresser's card in the newsagent's window. We'll phone her up. The hairdresser was called Dawn. She was a lovely large lady with a plump baby who smiled and waggled her legs in her baby chair while her mum did her hairdressing. The baby had a very cute hair in little dandelion tufts. Do you think mine would go like that? I asked. Maybe not a good idea, Mum said quickly. I think you'd suit a page boy, Beauty. What do you think, Dawn? Dawn played around with my hair, draping it up and under. Oh, yes. Perfect. Right, dear. Hop up on a chair and we'll start snipping, said Dawn. Mum winced as she cut the first lock of hair, peering at me worriedly, but by the time Dawn was making the last little tidying up snippets, she was smiling. It looks lovely. Look, Beauty, said Mum. She held up her powder compact mirror so I could see for myself. I stared at the face in the mirror. I didn't look a bit like me. I stuck my tongue out just to make sure it was me, and the mirror girl stuck her tongue out too. I looked so different. My face seemed so much smaller with its smooth cap of honey-coloured hair. I didn't look especially fashionable or grown up, but the first time ever, I felt I looked like me. Mum smiled. Dawn smiled. The baby smiled, and Mike mimed that he was struck dumb by this vision of beauty before him. I wondered if I really was a new person now. Maybe this was the start of a whole new me. Cookie, cool and confident. But on Monday morning I felt the old, scared, shaky Beauty, and I looked awful. Even my new hairstyle looked dreadful. I'd tossed and turned so much in the night it was all sticking up sideways, and it wouldn't lie down properly, even when I drenched it with water. Come on, Beauty, you need to get a bit of breakfast down you. You've got to leave at 10 to 8. Hurry, sweetie, Mum urged me. I stood in front of the mirror, brushing dementedly. It won't go right, I said, stamping my foot, almost in tears. I look ridiculous. Hey, don't hurl that hairbrush, whatever you do. You're a menace when it comes to mirrors, said Mum. Your hair looks fine. Tell you what, I'll slap some gel on it. Don't worry, I won't turn you into a totally punky girl. I look a totally pukey girl, I said. Don't use that horrible word, said Mum, fussing with my stupid hair. I feel like I'm going to puke. I don't want my breakfast. I feel so sick. I felt my forehead. Animal hot? You feel, Mum, I'm sure I've got a temperature. You can't send me to school when I'm ill. They'll think you're a terrible mother. Sweetie, you're not ill. You just don't want to go to school, and I understand, but you have to go. There, look at your hair. It looks great now, truly. I glared at my reflection. Mum had made my hair look a bit better. A lot better, actually, admittedly, but the rest of me still looked ultra-depressing. Stop scowling, said Mum. You must smile at everyone in your class. Then they'll all want to make friends. I don't want to make friends with any of them, I said. I've got a friend already, Rona. Maybe there'll be someone at your new school you'll like even more than Rona, said Mum. Don't be so stupid, Mum, I said sulkily. Hey, Mum caught hold of me by the shoulders. Don't you be so rude to me. You've been so good and grown up until now. Please give this school a chance. Okay, I'll try. But it won't work. They won't like me. I know they won't. Mum shook me in exasperation. Look, get your Sam and Lily DVD, go and sit in Mike's living room and watch it for 5 minutes. It'll calm you down. I'll bring you a little bowl of cornflakes and some juice, okay? I did as I was told. Mike was busy in the kitchen, so I had the living room to myself. I skipped along the Sam and Lily DVD to an episode right at the end called Starting School. It was aimed at very little kids going to school for the first time. But inside, I felt like a very little kid. I couldn't even sing the Sam and Lily song when the episode started. Hey there, said Sam. Lily laughed at me. and looked at me, her nose twitching. Are you about to start school? Said Sam. I nodded mournfully, spooning up cornflakes. Are you getting excited? Sam asked. I stared at him. Even Sam was being stupid today. Okay, maybe you're just a little bit scared, said Sam softly. I don't blame you for feeling like that, Beauty. I wish you could go to Lily's school. You'd absolutely love it. There's just 5 other rabbits in her class, and they have such easy-peasy lessons. They learn how to groom their fur and make a comfy bed and how to lap water delicately so it doesn't dribble down their front. They run races with each other all around the vegetable patch, and they have a little snack every 10 minutes. Lily was a little bit shy her very first day and wouldn't talk to the other rabbits in her class. She crept round by herself at playtime and sucked the tip of her ear for comfort, but she soon made friends with the others. Now they're all best friends. When they're playing, they all go into a huddle together, cozying up close, little white puffball tails in the air. How did she make friends, Sam? I whispered. She sidled up to the rabbit she liked best, a funny, friendly one, and snuffled her nose at him. Well, if I sidle up to some funny, friendly boy in my class and snuffle my nose, he'll think I'm a total nutter, I said. Mike came into the room, a big paper bag in his arms. I blushed and switched off the DVD player quickly. Hi, Beauty. Did you finish your cornflakes? Your mum's fussing. Are you just about ready? I suppose. Let's have a look at you, said Mike. Cool hair, nice t-shirt, cute skirt. Your trainers are a bit scuffed and grubby, though. I know, I've tried brushing them, but they still look rubbish, I said. Well, see if these fit, said Mike, throwing the paper bag at me. I opened it up and found a pair of scarlet baseball boots, little versions of Mike's own funky boots. Oh, Mike! Oh, I love them. Can I really wear them to school? That's what they're for, kiddo. Do they fit okay? I got a half size bigger than your trainers so that they'd last you a while. They fitted perfectly and looked incredible. There, maybe your new nickname will be Booty, said Mike, laughing. I gave him a hug and gave Mum a kiss. I clutched my carrier bag, my own school bag, and lunchbox were at home, so I had to make do for the moment. Mum wanted to go with me to call at number 2 and number 17, but I was scared the kids would think me a baby, so I went by myself. A red-haired, freckled boy, about my own age, opened the door of number 17. I'd seen him several times rollerblading along the terrace. He'd always pulled a hideous face at me. He pulled a hideous face now. Yuck! Are you the girl I've got to go to school with? He asked. I certainly wasn't going to snuffle my nose at him. I felt like bursting into tears, but I didn't. I pulled a face back at him. Yuck! Are you the boy I've got to go to school with? I said. Come on then. My mum says your name's Beauty, is that right? Yeah, so what? I said, pretending I didn't care in the slightest. I felt horribly shaky and peculiar inside. He ran full tilt down the terrace and banged at the door of number 2. Another boy came tumbling out, smaller, with curly hair. Hi, Toby, he yelled excitedly. Hi, Ben, Toby said, and they did this silly high-five routine. Ben totally ignored me. I didn't know if this was better or worse. Either way, I hated the thought of going backwards and forwards to school with these 2 boys. But then a girl came out of number 9, much older, about 14, a big bouncy girl with spiky black hair and a lot of black eye makeup. I blinked at her, biting my lip. She smiled at me. Hi, I'm Angie. You're Beauty from Lily Cottage. Mum said you'd be coming on the bus with us. I hope for your sake you're not in Ben or Toby's class. They both drive me absolutely nuts. It'll be so great to have a girl to go to school with. I'm in year 9 at Sea Haven High. It's right next to the primary. Hey, I love your boots. Where did you get them from? They were a present, I said shyly. I wondered if Angie was somehow winding me up, ready to start teasing me any minute. But she chatted away happily all the way to the bus stop. There were some girls from the high school already on the bus, and they called to Angie to join them. But she just waved and said she was sitting with me. It's okay. You don't have to sit with me, I mumbled. I want to. I can't stick those girls. They just want to natter on about their boyfriends all the time. They're so boring. You don't have a boyfriend, do you, Beauty? She was teasing a little now, but in a sweet way. No, I haven't got a boyfriend, I said. Well, we could maybe fix you up with Toby, or even Ben, if you like younger men. No thanks, I hesitated. I like older men, actually. There's this guy Sam, but he doesn't even know I exist. Oh well, I expect you'll be in Mr. Pettitt's class with Toby, and Mr. Pettit is definitely an older man, but I don't somehow see him as fanciable. His glasses are all smeary, and he wears knitted ties and those terrible trousers with an elasticated waist. I pulled a face. Is he strict? I asked anxiously. No, he's okay. He can be quite sweet, actually. He tells the funniest stories if he's in a good mood. Tell you what, I'll come in the school with you, and we'll find him and I'll introduce you. Toby's supposed to take care of you, but he's hopeless. Angie was so lovely to me. She got off a stop early at Sea Haven Primary and came into school with me. It was such a relief. Toby and Ben hared off in different directions without a backward glance. Angie took me to the school secretary and then led me up 2 steep flights of stairs, along a corridor, through some swing doors and round several corners. It was all so much bigger than I was used to. There were kids charging around everywhere. I wanted to take Angie's hand like a baby. I don't think I'll ever find my way on my own, I said shakily. Yes, you will. It's easy peasy, said Angie. Ah, here's Mr. Pettit's class. Oh, look at all those sunflower paintings. I did one of them. She led me into the classroom, which was half full of chattering children. A man with smeary glasses, a red knitted tie, and terrible trousers was sitting on his desk reading some papers, his big, thick-soled, comfy shoes propped on a small chair. He looked up as we came in. Hello, Angie, he said, smiling. My goodness, you're so grown up now. Hi, Mr. Pettit. This is Beauty. She's come to live in our road in Rabbit Cove. She's meant to be in your class, isn't she? She is indeed. Hello, Beauty. I ducked my head shyly. I'll be off then, Beauty. When school finishes this afternoon, just go to the bus stop. Wait for me, and if I'm not there, okay? Said Angie. She put her head close to mine and whispered, Good luck. I smiled at her gratefully, wishing she was my age so that she could be in Mr. Pettit's class with me. Now, where can we sit you, Beauty? Said Mr. Pettit. He took off his glasses, wiped them ineffectually on his tie, and popped them back on his nose. We're all a bit crammed together, but there is a spare chair. This one. He took his foot off it and dusted it down with his cardigan sleeve. Now, whose table shall you join? There's a space at the boys' table at the back with Toby and all his mates. No fear, Mr. Pettit. We don't want girls, Toby protested. Mr. Pettit laughed at him. You are so predictable, Toby. I'd never dream of inflicting your company on Beauty. Beauty, said Toby, sniggering. 2 of his friends started chortling too. I think maybe you could park your chair next to Princess, Beauty, said Mr. Pettit. Princess? Mr. Pettit was pointing towards a big smiley girl with elaborate little plaits in rows all over her head. She was wearing a bright pink T-shirt with Princess in sparkly silver lettering, the same T-shirt I'd given Rona for her birthday. I manoeuvred my chair towards her table. Princess squashed into a corner to make room for me. I sat down next to her, breathing in a beautiful rosy smell. Are you wearing pure perfume? I whispered. It's lovely. It's my mum's Red Roses cologne. She'd kill me if she knew I was wearing it, Princess giggled. She sniffed her own wrists appreciatively. I don't half pong. Is your name really Princess? Yeah, see, it's on my T-shirt too. I gave that exact same T-shirt to a friend at my old school, I said. So, was she called Princess too? No, she was called Rona. That's cool. I like being the only princess. Well, Jordan's little girl is called Princess too, but I tell everyone she copied me. Princess chuckled. And your Beauty. That's an unusual name too. I don't think I've heard any other Beauty, so your name's even more unusual than mine. Hey, maybe we can start an unusual name club, you and me. Would you like that? Oh, yes, I said. We got it all sorted out at lunchtime. Princess and I were uncles, founder members of the Unusual Name Club. We discussed letting other children join too. There was an Anastasia in our class, and also a Brittany Lee, but we decided these weren't quite unusual enough. There was a boy called Ezra, which definitely qualified as unusual, but we decided we didn't really want boys in our club. I designed a special logo, and Princess put it carefully in her folder. She had a special badge-making kit at home, and she said she'd bring 2 uncle badges to school the next day. Then we shared our packed lunches. Princess had chicken in hers, and a special little pot of rice and peas. I just had cheese sandwiches and an apple, but Mum had made a special batch of cookies on Sunday. She'd found a little rabbit cookie cutter in amongst a whole load of kitchen junk at the Sunday car boot fair at the Rabbit Cove Community Centre. She'd made her first bunny batch of cookies last night and given them white icing fur. I had 2 in my lunch bag, so I gave one to Princess. Oh, wow, bunny cookies, she said. They are so cute. They taste great too. I'm so glad you're my friend, Beauty. And that is where we will leave part 12 of Cookie by Jacqueline Wilson. I'll be back soon with the next part of this fantastic story, and lots more stories and videos coming your way very soon. If you'd like to subscribe or hit a like, that's always appreciated. Thanks for listening, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.